Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Ooh, lucky bastard.
Are you being sarcastic or something like that?
You should never mix your drinks.
What, are you retarded?
We'll have to take this abuse much longer.
You're a fool! You're a fool! You're a fool!
Oh, that's what we call diarrhea.
You think this is a fucking joke? This ain't Kenny Camera. There's no hidden cameras.
Oh shit, I've said fuck. Oh fuck, I've said shit.
Back your arse. Get a weapon collector class.
I could knock him out in the shed.
Are you kidding me? That is crazy.
Stop it, please. For God's sake, please stop it. There's no more time.
Is this not why you are here?
All right, everyone. WeaponCollector here. Right. Hopefully, this isn't stuttering as much as it is for me. My computer's only just been turned on after about a week, and it seems to be freezing a little bit. Anyway, hello. I ain't got no comments yet, so I'm just waiting for people to comment, and I'll have a little chat with you. I'm late because I've only just got back today from seeing Metallic. Got home at, can't remember now, 7ish maybe. Sharon, Tom, how you doing? You right? Yeah, I think it was about 7ish, 6:30, 7. By the time I actually settled down, I don't know, I had laid down after my dinner, and then I went to bed till 9 or 9:30. I went to bed till 9:30, so I've only been awake half an hour. Yeah, how are you two? You all right? I think I've remembered where that item is. I won't mention it. Iron Man, is that you, mate? Because the name's come. Oh, you know that is Iron Man. How you doing, mate? You're right. I can see your icon now. They showed the name slightly different now. I said, "What do you think about the World War Z movie?" I don't know. I found it an odd one. It's a weird one, isn't it? Everyone watching, if you're watching it horizontal, you can also watch it vertical if you like. So it's up to you. You can pick and choose for this one. Same stream, just doing it twice. I found it odd. I do prefer the old style slow zombies. Out of all the zombies in the world, Iron Man, I've always preferred the slow zombies. I think they're more realistic. Saying to Z, not Z. What's was Z? We're English, mate. There's no fucking Z. Yeah, I did say that on purpose. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't dislike it. Here's another thing, though. I watched that once, and the last 10 minutes weren't on the file. I never went and found it, but I did watch it with Metallic a couple of years ago, I think. Hello, Mother, by the way. Cheryl said, "Must be tired from traveling. We are good, off to Tenerife next week." Oh, nice. I hope you have a nice time. Yeah, I've been on coaches since 9:30 this morning. So I got on a coach at 9:30, and I got off of the coach at probably 6:30. So if you get weirdly knackered, don't you? Oh, you haven't been doing anything. Mother said, "What's your opinion on The Walking Dead?" Never seen it. I've wanted to see it. Everyone I know reckons it goes to shit after about 3 or 4 series, and I will probably never watch it now. Or if I do, I'll watch 3 or 4. I'll watch it up to the point where everyone says they hate it, and then I'll stop. Peach, how you doing, mate? He said, "Hello, knackered after work today. Kicked in 1/3 into shift for me." I thought you were saying you'd kick someone's head in, them thieves' heads in for a second. I imagine I prefer slow zombies as well. I hate running. I just think it's more realistic. If you watch the old style slow zombies, it's just more. It's more realistic, and you could survive that. Hello, Mart. He said, "I heard the World War Z2 was shelved because of costs. I thought the first one was great." Don't get me wrong. I didn't mind it. It weren't my favourite type of zombie film, though. But it's an all right film. Saint said, "You went on a coach. How much are they in price?" Well, I get a slight discount because of my deafness. I can have a disability card. So I get 30% off. But coming from pretty much complete East Coast to where I live, which is Buckinghamshire, today cost me about 30 quid. It all depends, though. If I'd have got a coach 2 hours later, just getting to London would have cost me 38 quid. And then I'd still have to go from there to where I live. So I'd say about 40 quid. 40 quid from to across the country. Yeah. Right. Catch up with some of these comments. Hello, Mark. How you doing, mate? He said, hello, Mike. I love the black and white zombie movie where they're trapped in the house. Yeah, that's the original Night of the Living Dead, isn't it? Yeah, that's good. Pete said, turn the camera off first. What did I say? Oh, what, kicking the thieves' heads in, yes. Cheryl said, finished Mindhunter on Netflix was great, and then watched the Menendez Brothers series, which is good. You need to get back and finish off the Ed Gein fucking monster thing. But yes. Mother said, strong zombies can't be a thing. When they're sick, you become weaker. Exactly. So he said, that's not bad. I know trains are expensive. Yeah. I reckon if you didn't have a disability card, you could probably get about 40, 45 quid. And, you know, you get anywhere on the coaches, and I find them less stressful. You haven't got random freak shows getting on and off, which you will have with trains. You know, coaches, they're all solid. Everyone's booked to go on that. Everyone's going to somewhere, you know, where they've booked to go. Whereas trains, you can get people jumping on and off, and you see more freaks. And I don't know. I just prefer it. I prefer coaches. I find them easier. Mr. X, how you doing, mate? 40, 45, 45, yeah. So I can't remember what I said. I'm fucking tired. Get to sit down and relax. Yeah, you have. What I do, I often book an aisle seat, and then I put my bag that side. You know, once in the whole entire lot, I've had one person sit next to me, and it was an old lady, and it was fine. You know, I had a little chat with her. I was deaf as fuck, so sometimes I just let her talk and didn't have to hear her anyway. Oh, God. Mark said, or Day of the Dead. Yeah, Day of the Dead. Oh, no, Dawn of the Dead. So Dawn of the Dead is trapped in the shopping centre. Day of the Dead, they're in the bunker. Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, and even the Night of the Living Dead remake. Fucking excellent films. And they're like the original classics. You know, they made zombie films what they are today. I'd say my favourite zombie film was probably the original Dawn of the Dead, the one in the shopping mall, in the shopping centre. Did I say hello, Mr. X? Yes, I've been around Metallics. While I was there, I got to see one of my favourite authors, probably my second favourite author, maybe, I don't know. Third favourite author. We went and watched the live reading of that, and I got my book signed by Garth Marenghi himself. There you go. That's fucking good. Iron Man said, can you test the bayonet on the bullpup, like bayonet charge in the army? Yeah, I could do that if you want. All right, yeah, I've never done that, Iron Man. That would actually be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Just writing it down, so there's a small chance. Well, there's more of a chance it'll actually happen. Pete said, tell you what, my left hand feels like half rises. I have to put it on the decking that the other day. It must be the shock of the hammers and crowbars going up. Yeah, probably is. Probably is, Pete, especially if you're not used to that kind of sort of movement. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Mother said, I'm playing Left 4 Dead while talking about zombies. Pete, and he saw the shit card ID, right? So, oh, fuck, I forgot about that. It was quite sort of hectic, and I couldn't think what to do or say. You know what I mean? I was seeing one of my heroes at this point. I will be honest with you, I haven't told you this. So I gave him my card. Now, I thought this would happen in the first place, right? I know how people react to weapons stuff. It's often very frowned upon. I gave him my card. Matach said, make sure you give him a card. Make sure you give him a card. I gave him a card. And you can see in the pictures him reading it. And he goes, Weapon Collector. And he looked at it. And I said, yeah, that's my YouTube channel. I do the spy files. Check it out. All right, spy files. He went, hey, you can keep your knuckle dusters. I hope you have a safe journey home, and I hope everyone's safe from you. But that didn't bother me because that was fine. He's in character as Garth Marenghi anyway. And I also know that I've seen other celebrities' reaction to my Weapon Collector channel, and it's instantly very sort of like, because if we forget having lots of weapons isn't normal, and to a lot of people it is not. It's not normal. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was probably a better reaction than I could have got. But anyway, yeah, we had a little chat. I told him about spy. Well, a very minor chat. I mentioned my YouTube channel. I mentioned the Spyro files. Forgot about showing him because I was the last one in the queue as well because we nearly missed it. Actually seeing Garth Marenghi in person. Yeah, should have took that. That character's there is partly inspired by Garth Marenghi. Where are we? Hello, everyone. Hello, Tactical Turk. Hello, Spacey. How you doing, mate? Who else? Mr. X, I've been celebrating my birthday for the last... Oh, nice one, Mr. Well, Mr. X, if you want to have a little chat with us tomorrow night, I will probably be going out to a party tomorrow. And get in at midnight. If you fancy a chat after midnight tomorrow UK time, I'll be up for a chat with you. Get some people onto your birthday. Spacey said, string 60 bolts. Oh, string and 60 bolts are right for the old slingshot. Nice. But he said, common folk also have no clue about the law. Well, exactly. That's the thing. So I expected that reaction in the first place. I've seen it before. I've sort of tweeted celebrities before while they was like on the radio. So I tweeted Ian Lee once while he was on the radio, and I heard his instant reaction to my username and their dismay at me being called Weapon Collector. You know what I mean? And as you say, a lot of normal people, they don't know weapon laws. They don't, it's odd to them. So that's, I expect that kind of reaction anyway. But it was worth a try, as Matach said. Yes. Mark said that's right. Weapons lying about is just like the furniture. Well, exactly. To us, it's perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal for us to have weapons everywhere, buying them all the time. But it's not to other people. It's very fucking weird. Oh, sorry, Mr. X. I'm very fucking tired. Happy birthday, mate. Happy birthday. Hang on, I got something for you. Fucking hell, I'm half asleep at the minute. This one goes out to Mr. X.
Happy birthday.
Congratulations, it's your birthday. It's time for lots of fun. So roll this card up nice and tight and stick it up your bum.
Happy birthday!
If Peter hadn't said that, I would have fucking forgot. Oh, God. Oh, well, I know you'll probably be doing stuff, Mr. X, or you might be recovering from the night after. But if you are awake and you want to come and say hello, we'll probably be up tomorrow. 68? You don't look fucking 68, Mr. X. Nice one, mate. Peter's still better than being a stamp collector. Exactly. But yeah. Oh, and I asked Garth Marenghi what his favourite booze was. Because you've got to remember, when he was doing the book signing and the stage stuff, he is being Garth Marenghi, he's not being himself. He's not being Matt Holness. He is being the fictional author, Garth Marenghi. So I asked Garth Marenghi what his favourite alcohol was, so I'd get some. And he said, Abbott Ale. And he looked at me and he said, something like, he said, you don't have to drink what I drink. I went, yes, I do. And you don't have to be me. You don't have to drink what I drink. And I said, yes, I do. And he said, And then he said something along the lines of, I know life is painful, but you don't have to. I don't know. It was quite amusing. I was about 4 or 5 rows back. It was good because Metallic has their disability walking aids. We got to get closer than we would have originally. We would have been right at the back. Mark said, Mike, I was in Birmingham last weekend, a wild city. I haven't been to Birmingham since I was a little kid, so yeah, I don't know what it's like as an adult. I've been to Norwich recently. That's where we went and see Garth Marenghi. It was good. It was a good show actually. So the show consisted of him reading parts of this book. If you're a Garth Marenghi fan, some of this might resonate with you. Most of it probably won't. It's quite niche stuff anyway. But I fucking genuinely love Garth Marenghi, and it's a big, big, big influence on Spirophiles that I do. He reads like a chapter. This is like 3 different stories in this. So I think he read the beginning of one and the beginning of another, in between doing some music. And he was. Have you ever seen the TV show Man to Man with Dean Lerner? That stars Richard Ayoade as Dean Lerner and Matt Holness as 6 different characters. One of them are Garth Marenghi. There's another one in there called Merriman Weir, which I think is a piss take of like 90s depressing sort of rock music. I think it might be a bit of a parody of David Gray. Well, in the Bursted Earth tour, he mentions that Merriman Weir is dead now, but he's going to channel Merriman Weir, his spirit, so he can play the guitar, because Garth Marenghi doesn't know how to play one, but Merriman Weir does. There you go. FI Tactical, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I'll just explain what I've been doing over the weekend. Well, not the weekend, the week. So yes, I went and saw that live and got the book signed for me. Two of these I've got signed now. I should have took the other one I didn't have signed. Not a day over 45, exactly. Exactly. He's saying you don't look a day over 45, Mr. X. I obviously knew you was in your 60s, but I didn't think you were 68. I would have said about 60, personally. Pete said, I watched a clip of Garth using a tape to interview himself. Said something like, God looked like himself and part salamander. Yes. Well, the thing with Garth Marenghi, also he's a bit of an egotist as well. Like his favourite author is himself. And he's written more books than he's read. So yeah. You're right, Rich, how you doing, mate? There's lots of good. If you're into your films as well, I haven't watched it yet, but Mike Flanagan, the bloke who did the It films, I think, was it the It films? If he didn't make the It films, he's done a few. He might not have done the It films, but Mike Flanagan's done at least 2 or 3. He made Doctor Sleep, I know that, and Gerald's Game. Anyway, he's done a few Stephen King films. Mike Flanagan has. Garth Marenghi, Matt Holness being Garth Marenghi, interviewed Mike Flanagan recently, and that should be good because whenever he's being Garth Marenghi, you know, it's going to be pure comedy. Garth Marenghi's a nutter. He's, as I say, he's very egotistical. His books are great. Anyway, FI Tactical said, got to go, have to work out. I shall return shortly. All right, mate. See you in a bit. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a live stream. I haven't been on for a while. So come on, say hello to you. What have you lot been up to on your week? I haven't been on. So I weren't on last week. Was it only the last weekend I've missed? Yeah, I can't remember. Or was there 2 weekends? Mark said, I haven't seen Doctor. I haven't either, weirdly. So I've got the book to Doctor Sleep and I've got the DVD to Doctor Sleep, but I want to read the book first before I watch the film, but I haven't had a chance with Evie yet. I'm still reading I ain't read. To be honest, it's a bit embarrassing. I haven't read that fucking yet, but I wanted to get the audio book. And the reason I want to get the audio book is because the audio books, again, I've read by Garth Marenghi. And they're quite funny because I know for the first one, at the beginning of the audio, he's having a go at the bloke who's recording it and shit like that. And they, you know, it's not really, but the character is. He's having a go at the bloke who's supposed to be recording it. So it's that kind of, you know, it's mockumentary type stuff. You know, this book essentially is written by a mockumentary character, essentially. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a sequel to The Shining. So what I know about Doctor Sleep is it's a sequel to The Shining. It's essentially a sequel to both the film The Shining and the book, because Stanley Kubrick's Shining isn't the same as Stephen King's book. It's quite different. They're both set in a hotel and they both got the same family, but other than that, they're quite different, really. So it's actually a sequel to both. It ties in with the film and it ties in with the book as well, properly. And it's got a lot of visuals and music, I think, from the original film. Because this is the thing, with a lot of people agree with this as well nowadays. So Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is an amazing, amazing horror film. One of the best ever made. But as an accurate adaptation of The Shining, it's nothing like it. Really. It's set in the same hotel and it's got the same family. But you know, it's very different in feel to how it is anyway. But yeah. But it is. It's a sequel. It's a sequel to The Shining. Yeah. 18 people watching. Don't forget to like the stream. Come and have a chat with us. Talk about anything you want within reason. Richard, did I say hello, mate? Rich, do you fancy a chat tomorrow night? I'm probably going to go out. There's a party going on tomorrow. I'm probably going to go out to that. So what I might do a short stream early on in the evening from maybe 7:30 till 9:30. Go to this party and then come back. Yeah, I think you'd like it, Matt. I think you'd like it. It's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be really good. Richard said, I've been working out the total weight move doing training. Currently doing about 3.75 tons total a day. Used to be close to 8. That's fucking a lot either way. Hello, Dolly. How you doing? Jumps up, Bill. How you doing? I forgot to tell. Yeah, that's amazing, Rich. Yeah, fucking hell. You know, even I know it's a lot less, but yeah. I don't know if I told you like this, have I? I don't think I had it. I've got myself a new leather printing dye. So my logo on stuff's going to be that now. Let me hold something behind it, and it might. I can't hold still enough to get to focus properly. Yeah, look at that. That'd be fucking mental, wouldn't it? That's going to be my leather stamp logo now. Better than my old one. I don't mind my old one. Yeah, back. Sam, how you doing, mate? You alright? So I'll try and sit still, get that to focus. So I got myself a new leather stamp. I forgot to show this. When I was around Metallics, I didn't think I was ever going to get one of these, and I got 2. She gave me a couple of her twatting sticks. That's what she calls them, her twatting sticks. These are fishing priests. That is an epoxy skull, that one. And this one is like a snow globe type one, I suppose you'd call it. But a little sort of sea, sort of, I don't know what you call it. Seascape. There you go. Well, I was saying. Richard said, I can join tomorrow, but I think I'll just be annoying everyone on camera and just get ignored like usual. Fair enough, Rich. We can ignore you, that's all right. You just got to put your hand up. So I changed my mind about doing that one. It was going up. Yeah, come on, Rick. Come say hello. Darth Trudeau says, hope you're doing well. Met a nice Russian girl at Halloween party last October, and we're a happy couple now. Oh, nice. Congratulations, mate. Congratulations. That sounds good. That sounds good. Oh, just look. I've got a skull there. Got myself some new shot glasses as well. I think I've got £3 for 6 of them. Fuck it, why not? Yeah. Jumbo Elbow said, I thought you were going to say, Mike, those twatting sticks take C-cell batteries. That'd be pretty cool if they lit up, actually, though, wouldn't it? Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to ask her, but that sand may actually have come from one of the places where Mattel. Oh, bloody hell, Sam, thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. I am fucking skint at the minute, so thank you. Sam has just done a £10 sticker. Sadly, I don't know what it looks like there. There you go. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. Darth Trudeau said her dad was a mechanic on MiG-21s in Soviet Air Force. Nice. Mr. X said, my shoulder is seriously stuffed. Main tendon is full whip tear due to a cortisone injection any day now. So I'll be back into life. What a bastard, though, Miss. Yeah, my shoulder's playing up again. I don't know why. There's no reason it should be playing up. Yeah, I hope you I hope you recover from that somehow, Mr. X. Bloody hell. What a bastard. Yeah, my hands are hurting a little bit at the minute. That's why I've got these gloves on. These are arthritis gloves. Yeah, thank you, Sam. I really do appreciate that, mate. Yeah, what a bastard, Mr. X. Yeah. Mark said, Mike, I think you make one hell of a sword. The giveaway I got from you is really good. You're going to make more or similar lever holders. Thank you, Mark. I'm glad you liked it. Because at one point, it was taking so long to get to you, I thought the customs had nicked it. I was like, oh, shit. It's gone forever now. Just a nice one, isn't it? Nice, big, thick, wide blade. D-guard on it. I will make more. I make mine sort of like the next one might be similar but different. I think my plan next is to make a Bowie knife. I always make Bowie knives, but I've got a plan in my head for a very specific Bowie knife that I want, so I might do that next. But there are things I've got to make first. There's a list of stuff. I don't know what I'm going to make first. I may have started a couple, but I can't remember now. But there's plenty coming. You're glad you like it, right? Mr. X said, yeah, mine has got so sore. Yeah, I tried to order a shoulder support the other day, and the package arrived, and I opened it, and it was a fucking baby grow. A little fucking baby grow about this big. So there's some poor little kid out there having to wear a fucking shoulder support now. While I try and wrap a fucking baby fucking grow around my shoulder. Nah, send it back. Sam said, do you sell leather goods? I do, but I'm a bit behind on some of the products because I got fuck, I can't remember the word. Diagnosed, sorry, I'm quite tired. I got diagnosed with osteoarthritis in my hands. And also, for like 3 or 4 months, they was killing me and I couldn't hardly do anything. I can now. I just know now when they had to rest them, not to keep going at things. So yeah, I do. I can make like sheaves and like I can do custom sheaves for your knives. I do an item called a bandana weight. But yeah, that what I was showing earlier, that's my new logo. I can't hold it still, but yeah, that is my knuckle duster logo. Richard, the red back cocking egg. Yeah, that'll be coming soon, mate. That's on the list. How you doing, Richard? You're right, mate. Mr. X said, but the shot fixed the other shoulder more than 10 years ago, so hopefully it will be the same result. Busy prepping the lathe, workbenches, so ready to get. Yeah, that's a good idea, Mr. Yeah, get it all set up. That's pretty much what I did actually. When I was letting my hands recover, I got all the shed ready so that when I wanted to go in there, I couldn't just do it. Yeah, get it all set up. Yeah, that's the way to go. Don't forget to like the stream, everyone. If you're on a phone, I think you can just double tap the screen. I can make slings. Sam said, cool, can you make slings? Yes. Yeah, like a leather sling, yeah. So, Sam, if you're interested and you do want a bit of custom leather work, so it'll be this nice, thick Vegetown leather. You know, it's like 3.2 mil thick. I don't know what that is in, like, America does it in ounces, don't they? Send me an email or get hold of me on something like Twitter, Instagram or Facebook. They've got instant messages. Get hold of me on one of them and then we can sort out. But just beware though, I have a backlog of almost like 6 months worth of stuff probably. However, a sling could get done quite quickly, you know, in a, that's not a big like fucking multiple day job. So yeah, I could potentially knock that up sooner because that could be done reasonably quickly. So my email is there. It's weaponcollector1@aol.co.uk. Mark said yes, really good. Sorry, it probably got held in customs. Yeah, I think it did, mate. Richard, my health it hasn't been great, has been great. Training has been perfect. Training nearly every day. My heaviest band I can nearly draw 120 pounds, nothing. I think doing less total weight training. So, oh, that's good. Well, I'm glad you're fit and healthy, Rich, because it can be a bastard when you're not, can't it? Yeah. Hang on, I'm doing too many things at once. Sam, send me an email on Instagram then, and then what I'll do if I don't get it, I'll check my like requests, and then you'll be put on the list. And the good thing is, as I say, sling can be done pretty quickly. You know, that's not a big. I've got all the materials for that already, unless you want specific like furniture on it. You know what I mean? That's the other thing. A lot of people want stuff that I need to get stuff for as well. So, you know, that slows stuff down. But yeah. Richard said, what's your thoughts on compound bows? Been thinking they'd be a decent backup option for cross. Yeah, I do like compound bows. I don't really know a lot about compound bows. Richard knows a lot about compound bows, the other Richard. But most compound bows, as far as I'm aware, have a let off. So you draw like the weight it is, and then it suddenly becomes easier. And then you can hold it there, which is nice. They're more compact. You know, there's always ups and downs and swings and roundabouts with everything. The compounds are lovely to shoot, really accurate, blah, 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 blah. But if it goes wrong, there's more to fix. You know, however, saying that, if you break a bow, if you break a longbow type bow, it's completely fucked. So yeah, you know, they're good. It's worth getting one. Just don't do what a lot of people do, and say, you know, I'm a strong bloke. Fuck it, I'll get a fucking 50 or 75 pound bow. It's not like doing weights or lifting things up. Pulling 75 pound like that is very unnatural, and you're doing it on your fingers. And I've seen big blokes who can lift a decent bit of weight barely be able to pull back a 75 pound bow or even a 50 pound bow. It's not like doing weights. So don't. If you've not shot bows, do not go for something over 50 pound for your first bow. Do not do it. You will regret it. It'll be really knackering and painful, and then it won't be fun. So it's worth getting like a 35, 40 pound bow. It'll do what you need it to do, which is hit hard, you know, and go a decent distance, and would stop same things crossbow would, and it'd be more enjoyable. But yeah, as I say, I'm no expert on bows, but that's one thing I do know. Like my 32 pound bow is lovely to shoot. It's lovely because it's not a right bastard to pull back, and it's okay when you start getting used to it. And then when you get used to it, your muscles be attuned to that motion, and that, you know what I mean? Unless you've got one of those old fucking, you remember those things you could push in and pull, you know, or like the fucking the big spring things, chest expander things. It's not, you don't really do a lot of that, you know, when you know what I mean? Mark said, is there a limit to the power of crossbows in the UK? No, there's no limit to the power in crossbows at all. Yeah. I've even had the police think there was and say to me, oh, we're going to take these away because we need to check the power. There's no power limit on them. Yeah. So nothing. There's no real limitations on what a crossbow can do, essentially. While I'm here, and I, because I often forget to do this nowadays, but I will mention it because, you know, people do like to do it. There are ways to donate on the channel if you want. So Sam, he donated via YouTube a minute ago. Thank you, Sam, by the way. Sam, this one goes out to you. Cheers, mate. So you can do the one-off donations on through super chats. You can also become a member of the channel. There's quite a few people now on the live stream that you'll see have a little icon next to them. And they are members. And you can become a member for as little as £2 a month. And that massively helps me out. And there's also one other thing. There's a thing called coffee. There's a link in the description. And if one of you writes the word !support, the link will be put into the chat. Can someone do that for me, please? Here's a little 30-second video showing you how to do it. Takes debit card, credit card, and PayPal. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't forget to like the stream. But yeah, you don't have to donate. It's just the options there if you'd like to. Mark said, I have a Diamond Pro compound bow, 75-pound draw weight. I have it set at 40, 75 is two different types. It is. And it's not fun. Richard, yeah, was thinking of starting with a 30, 45 pound. Exactly. Get that, enjoy yourself, and then if you want to step up, do it. Richard said, also, not every 70 compound is the same difficulty. I have a 70 pound with an aggressive draw cycle that hits 70 pound when the first 6 inches of the draw is going to feel a lot harder. Okay, yeah. Mr. X said, I love watching Richard's videos when he's putting those big poundies bows. Yeah, definitely, very interesting, isn't it? So I always find it funny the cops don't realise Google is a thing. Well, exactly. That's what they did, Sam. This was years ago. I don't know if it was 2017 time or the time before, but they took my. Oh, thank you, Sam. You're a legend, mate. Thank you for becoming a member. I really do appreciate that. And you'll get entries into giveaways and stuff like that. And yeah, they took my crossbow, saying that they might be illegal and they might be too powerful and all this bullshit. I said, yeah, go on then. Yeah, they could Google it at the time, couldn't they? CR23, how you doing, mate? I ain't too bad. I'm just tired. I've been on a coach since I got on a coach at 9:30, and I got off of the coach at 6:30. So what's that? 9 hours, something like that. Fucking knackered now. I've had a little nap. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've been around Metallics. We went and watched Garth Marenghi's book reading for this book. I got it signed. Might be worth a fortune one day. Cheers, mate. He said, take it easy, brother. Thank you, mate. Mother said, favourite cold steel knife that I own or what I could have. Do you know the one I want? I've made copies of it, or I've made I think it's the Wild West Bowie. So not that big black one, which is the Frontier Bowie. I like the Wild West Bowie, the one that's quite similar to Crocodile Dundee one. See, I said, remember to shout me when you make the broadheads. So I definitely will, mate. Definitely will. What I'll do, have you gone on to... So as long as you're a subscriber, when I've got some ready, I'll let you know. Aaron, how you doing, mate? He said, what's the best repeater crossbow? So, see this one here? That's the Barnet Demon Tri-Strike. That's quite a nice little crossbow. If you're watching vertical, you can't see it, and I can't hold crossbows, because often they think they're guns and shut your live stream down. That one's okay if you're watching horizontal. Anyway, the Sobek, Man Kung Sobek, also known as the Man Kung Alligator Plus multi-shot. That one. That is the cheapest and best. It's the cheapest magazine crossbow that you'll get that's good. I've heard a couple of people, and someone I know personally, who's had the top come off when they're shooting. Only about 3 people I've heard mention this, so I don't know if some of them come with a faulty catch or something, but it doesn't seem to be common. But I'm going to either talk to someone who does 3D printing or just put an elastic band around the end of mine now so that it can't open anymore. Yeah, I might just put an elastic band, hook it over the lid bit, and then it can't open anyway. Just secures it down. Mother said that's the Wild West Bowie. Nice, nice. Don't forget to like the stream, everyone. Richard said to Mr. X, I started getting into flight bows. Still waiting on materials, but I should have an axe bow shooting some tiny 140 grain arrows reaching over 500 feet per second. Nice. Aaron said, we'll look into that. Thanks. How much for the retail, roughly? Okay. Merlin Archery do it for 60 quid, which is an absolute fucking bargain. That's why it's the best one out there. Some places do it for about 100. Even at 100 quid, right, it is still a third of the next best magazine crossbow that is just as good. You know what I mean? So yeah, even at 100 quid, it is still a fucking steal. If you just let me just... I can't hold it, but I can put it in view. Hang on. It's just sometimes YouTube think that crossbows are guns, and then you're not allowed to hold guns on live streams. Hang on. I'm still here. Oh, fucking can't hardly see it. Hang on. And I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube because fucking do you over. Because if they shut your live stream down, you can't go on for another month. That there, I can point it, I just can't hold it. That's the Man Kung Sobek. It is an £80 magazine crossbow. You can get speed loaders for it. So there's a bloke who does speed loaders that mount underneath. You have to get an extra mount though. You get a handle, you can get a bayonet on it. I don't know if you can see the bayonet, there's a bayonet there. As long as I don't hold it like a gun, it might be alright. But yeah, hang on. That'll do. It's just I don't want my live stream turned off. Give me a second, I will be back. Yeah, you have to be careful holding things that look like guns on live streams because they shut it down otherwise. Yeah, 60 to 100 quid. So that crossbow that I just showed you, that has the ability to hold 28 bolts on the actual body of the crossbow, I've put a bayonet on it, a handle underneath. It's got a torch on one side. You can get a laser on the other side. You've got a whole rail on the top to put sights. You can put a sling on it. All of that stuff put together is still less than the next magazine crossbow. Yeah. Rita's still waiting on Joel Spraff to do an unbiased review on the Sobek versus the Interceptor. Do you know what? I doubt he ever will. I doubt he'll ever even say it exists. Yeah. Or what he'll do, he'll rig it to make it look like a piece of shit when it's not. Because even with that issue, with the lid popping open, yeah, that's potentially dangerous. And I don't know why that happens occasionally. As I said, I've heard a few people who it's happened to. And it's weird. I don't know. Maybe the spring for the catch isn't as tensioned as some others. I don't know. But yeah, occasionally people have. Most of the people I heard saying it popped open had a big heavy sight on it. You think that'd weigh it down, wouldn't you? Anyway, wouldn't take a lot to just put a band around it. I think just for peace of mind. Or someone might be able to make some kind of I don't know, something to hold it down. But yeah, I think I'm going to do that because I just don't want it. I love that crossbow and I think it's great. Mine's never had a single issue. No misfires. The bolts always load properly. Yeah. I don't reckon he'd never do a fucking unbiased review, would he? But I don't reckon he'll even acknowledge it. So yeah, tomorrow's live stream, as I mentioned, will probably be. I might do an early one. I might come on at. I might do like 7:30 till. It depends if I need to go get some booze. George Spaz, exactly. I need to get some booze, but when I get booze is normally when I go up to the fucking party. It's the easiest thing to do, but it's on the way. Well, it's not. The party's on the way and get shot, then come back. But anyway. We are talking about the German guy, yes. Yes. Not everyone knows this or has noticed it, but being someone who has a lot of crossbows myself, I've had over 25 crossbows. I've shot a lot of crossbows, and Richard has as well. And we noticed when George fell out with Steambow, there's a lot of stuff where he's not being honest, but a lot of his viewers are just so sycophantic that they just go with everything he says. So you got to remember, a couple of years ago, he was saying that the Steambow was literally the best pistol crossbow you could get when he was involved with it. It had decent power. It could take out what you wanted. It had great accuracy, right? As soon as he fell out of Steambow, he started doing videos saying it was inaccurate, it was a toy, it didn't have any power, it was poor quality, right? Directly contradicting what he'd said before when he was making money from it. So that then instantly shouts, he's a bullshitter. He's you can't trust anything he says. Yeah. And we noticed that he was deliberately like bending the arms of the crossbow to make it not shoot right and stuff like that. And yeah, so that made me just go, okay, he can't be trusted. And I've also seen him go on a small YouTube channel who's got like 100 subscribers and basically comment on their video saying the product that they made was shit and that even he wouldn't bother with a magazine crossbow in self-defense, which he's always promoting. He'd use an instant legless bow, right? So again, again, directly contradicting himself, because he's always gone on about how good crossbows are for self-defense. Yeah, but to slag off a small little YouTuber and basically go, your product's rubbish, and anyway, they're rubbish anyway, I wouldn't even use one. You know what I mean? It really put me off him, Sam. It really put me off him, because a lot of people really respect George Spratt, and there are a lot of stuff he's done. You know, he has, don't get me wrong, he has progressed. The progression of magazine crossbows is partly due to him, you know. But again, he didn't invent the magazine crossbow. They've been around for thousands of years. There's a bloke called Stuart Palmer on YouTube who was the first YouTuber doing magazine crossbows, way before George Spratt was. Anyway, but yeah. So yeah, if you ever hear us like slagging him off, there is a legitimate reason. It's not just, you know, that we don't like, you know, we don't. It's not that we don't like him, you know what I mean? But it's, yeah. Oh yeah. He used to say there was better than a shotgun for self-defense, didn't he? Yeah, he did. He used to claim that the pistol crossbows was better than a crossbow for. The pistol crossbows was better than a shotgun for self-defense. Now, the same crossbow he's now claiming are toys, you know, because he's not involved with that company. Hello, Co Bunny. He said, I'm waiting for a $400 Chinese machete to get delivered. Nice. What's that going to be made of? That sounds good. Richard also said Steambow had no accuracy due to using the 6.5-inch bolts. Then said his interceptor is accurate despite using the exact same bolts. Exactly. There's a lot of stuff like that a lot of his viewers will just ignore that he does that. They ignore it, or they're just so sycophantic, and you know. But yeah, he's often contradicting himself, and often, fucking lying. That was us basically. Hello, Airfire Tactical. It has 5160 steel and says handle is ebony. Oh, okay, nice. Mum says sadly many people need to lie in order to sell. Exactly. But I've also. This is something that only me and Richard may notice, and other people who have done extensive crossbow tests, right? I couldn't tell you exactly now because I've seen it in certain videos, but I've seen him doing tests, and I suspect was faking the results to make things look more accurate. But yeah. But I couldn't point you to a specific thing. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, it's a shame because it's a shame that he does it. The major thing that did it for me though is when I saw him comment on that small channel. Some of the other stuff hadn't happened at that point, but what it was. Do you remember I can't remember what crossbow it was for. It might have been that one that you can pull the string back to. I've got a Junzing Dracon, and there's a couple of versions of that. This bloke made basically a wire magazine that drops the bolts in for that, and it worked absolutely brilliantly. And Josh Brad went on this tiny little channel, and instead of going, "Oh, that's really good, well done. Congratulations, well done, you've done something awesome there." He didn't. He basically went, "That's crap," because he was trying to sell them himself. That's crap, and in fact, they're all crap, and I wouldn't even use them. Yeah, it was disgraceful, wasn't it, Rich? Anyway, stop making me talk about fucking George Brown. Mother say, I will not say who, but someone I know who knows George and met him a few times told me by himself that George became blinded by the money. He doesn't know him anymore. Joe Bunny said, I ordered 2 Shen Gao Long machetes. I'm probably butchering that. Mr. X said, genuine ebony is hard to come by. Yeah, I bet it is. He has changed. Okay. This one. This one goes out to, straight out to George. Sorry, I was getting distracted by looking at my clips. Been ages since I've been on here.
You've changed, bro.
Don't call me bro. If I said my QD system on the Steamboat gave out, I'm overwhelmingly unimpressed with Steamboat these days. Yeah, as I said, I've shot a Steamboat and I quite liked it. It is what it is. I found the Steamboat was what I thought it was, which is, you know, it's a slightly upgraded version of the older style crossbows, and that's good. That's all you need. Bit like that Sobek. That's all that is. It's just a modified, modern. I was going to say modernified, not a word, but yeah, version, and that works. It's a working thing. Hello, Matty. How you doing, mate? It's hello, mate. How's it hanging? Mine short, shriveled, and a little bit to the left. Everything the same, apart from it sitting in the middle right now. I was watching a bit of your live stream the other day. You know, your birthday one. Happy birthday, by the way. I didn't get a chance to comment because I was getting ready to. I've been around metallics for a week. But I saw you had some right freak shows on there. Yeah. Happy birthday, mate. I hope you had a good one. Mr. X said, I ebonize other woods using Indian ink that looks the part if you get it right. Oh yeah, good idea. I never thought about that, Mr. X. Oh, Mr. X, did you see these that Metallic made me? These are our sticks that she makes. These are our fishing priests. I don't know what the wood is. So these are the epoxy heads that she does. This one's sort of like a seascape. Yeah, it didn't seem nothing malicious. The thing is, I can put up with. I don't mind the sort of idiot freak shows. That's fine. I don't mind that. You know, it's just people sort of, yeah, they're just being a bit weird, aren't they? And that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Right. Just making sure I haven't missed any comments. But yeah, I like the Steamboat stuff. Luba said, do you have a hunting license? Is it hard to get one nowadays in the UK? I don't think you need a hunting license in the UK, do you? I don't know. If you're doing small game hunting, I know you don't need a license. You just need permission on that land. If you get permission to shoot on that land, you can pretty much shoot anything that's legal to shoot. And there are places, Metallic's done it, that you can. There's a bloke who does, so people do like deer culling, and you can pay like 40 quid, go and shoot a fucking deer with a rifle, you know, proper bullet rifle, 223, whatever rifle. And then she even had the deer's feet and its complete pelt. Yeah. I know that. It's a prostrate Prodder 3000. I'm not going to ask what those you use. They're used for hitting people on the, not people on the head, fish on the head, for fuck's sake. Don't make me say people. They're totally legal. You carry them around. They're for killing fish. As in, yeah, get a firearms license. I think they've changed. And they change in the shotgun license. Shotgun license is a piss easy to get, really. From my experience, I know people who have got them really, really, really easily. You don't need permission. You don't need a place to shoot them. You don't need anything like that. All you really need to get a shotgun license is have a safe to put the gun in. That's it, really. Firearms licenses, though, and you need to do some background checks and stuff like that. But you know, and they'll ask you how you handle a gun and that. Firearms license, you do need stuff like a place where you have permission to shoot it. Yeah. I need to. You know what, Matty? You've been inspiring me to get my Vlad out my Vlad has currently been put away because I've been testing other crossbows at the minute, but you have been inspiring me to get mine out. And my crossbow. Said, Richard, what colour are the tiles on your fridge? How many windows does your house have? Yes. Yes. Mr. X said, I had a mate that flew helicopters and he reckons they took out 1 million deer back in. Yeah, I bet they did. Matt, he said, anyway, I'm off to bed, guys. Got a early start. I'm behind. Hang on, I'm just catching up. I'm behind on videos. So I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, take care, Matt. Yeah, you've inspired me to get my Vlad back out. It's only because I had to put it away. My Vlad, my Adder, and my Iron are behind the sofa because some shit in here. I've got nowhere to put stuff. I'm going to get them out and I'm going to do a bit of mod. I've modded mine anyway, but you've inspired me to get back out. Good night, Matty. Take care, mate. Where was I? Sam said, I remember when you had to get the form from the post office. Yes. Lubert said, well, at least they make a difference between shotguns and normal rifles and AR style ones. In Germany, it's more or less the same. You just have a note to the specific carrier's cap. Nice. Yeah, good night, Matty. Take care, mate. Lubert said, but they don't want people to have any guns anymore. Yeah. Yeah, shotgun. I looked into it recently. I looked because I've got an interesting fact for you. Right? I may get some of these numbers slightly wrong because I'm just trying to remember it in my head. But I think it's quite an interesting, especially if you ever have someone say to you, the UK doesn't have any guns and they can't protect themselves from their own government, right? There are more registered firearms and shotgun owners, not firearms. There are more registered firearm owners, not guns, but owners or whatever, licenses, shotgun firearm licenses, than the whole entire UK Army and armed police put together. Right, so civilians in the UK have more guns than registered than the army than soldiers and police in the UK. Right, so to say we don't have guns is utter bollocks. But yeah, there is something like, I can't remember. I think it's 2.6 million firearm and shotgun holders, let alone how many they've got. And then the illegal ones, but yeah. Mashimbo, how you doing? I just bought a Browning Buck Mark 177 Plinker. I don't think I've heard of that one. I do like a nice Plinker air rifle though. Mr. X said, seen some unreal photos of them in the heyday. After that, it was live capture of deer farms. We're just getting going. Nice. Cookie said, beating your dick is illegal now. What do we have? What hope do we have for guns? Hello, Cookie, by the way. I don't know who's been telling you can't beat your own dick because they're lying. You're not allowed to do it in public. So there's section 1 and section 2, I can't remember. No, I know what you're on about, Sam, but I'm not 100% sure on it either. Oh, yeah, we have at least 25 million illegal guns in Germany, at least. It's funny because we probably only have like 150,000 hunters. Yeah. But I just thought that was an interesting fact because you'll often get people say, you should see some of the comments I get, where people will say, oh, the UK's cucked. You can't protect yourselves at all. As I say, there are more guns in the UK than the whole entire British Army and the police put together. So we're certainly not fucking unarmed in this country. And that's what's registered. I know that's only shotguns and single shot rifles, but that makes a difference. Anyway, it's just a useless fact that means nothing really. Sam said you can have artillery piece on a shotgun. Yes, as long as it's like smoothbore, isn't it? Yeah. Airfire tactical sounds like Canada. Mother said I heard Pornhub is leaving the UK. I don't know. Would anyone like advice on how to watch pornography without going on Pornhub? I could tell you if you like. It's pretty easy. Cookie says, is that because we only have 10 soldiers left after the cuts? Yeah, maybe. But yeah. Yeah, I think there's something like 2.6 million registered guns in this country. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a fair fucking lot. You know. Coburn said they're getting their machete. Nice one. Richard said, Mike, stop watching Slingshot Warrior. You just brought him up. He talks utter shit and calls everyone in other countries cuts 24/7. It's not him who said it. Lubert said, I think the reason they hate guns so much is because Germany has so much influence on Europe and the EU, and Germans are already starting to get bullied from the 70s on. Maybe. Could be. Buzzler. Is it Buzz LA or is it Buzzler? How you doing, mate? I remember you coming on. He said, evening. My Revo 7 is finally on its way to me after waiting since December the 2nd. Happy as, yes. I bet you are. Congratulations, mate. Yes. I've shot a Revo 7. They are fucking lovely. They're pricey, but, you know, one thing I would say with the Revo 7, that is basically a built from the ground up crossbow. It's not just getting old crossbows and modifying them a bit. That was built from the ground up to be as efficient and as good as it can be, and it fucking well is. Interchangeable magazines and cocking, so you don't even need to unshoulder it, and closest you can get to like a pump action, essentially. Yeah, I bet you're well happy. I would definitely get a Revo 7. It's a bit out of my price range. If, however, 1 month when I'm not doing stuff, if I get like a really good month or a couple of months for ads, and I get like that much, if I get like fucking shitloads, maybe. But I have shot one. I've got videos, so I can do some tests. Mr. X said, have owned a few cool guns off ticket over the years. It was a jail sentence if I got caught with one these days. Yeah, it probably ain't worth the risk now, is it? You know what I mean? They're very fucking strict over here with that kind of shit. Now, although I do know people who have been caught with things and didn't, but it all depends. There's the circumstances that make things worse. The one thing I do know in this country, if you're caught with an illegal gun and it has any kind of ammunition with it, you're probably likely to definitely go to prison. However, they find, and it all depends what it is. Like if it's a shotgun, the difference between a shotgun and a sawn-off shotgun, or a shotgun and a pistol, say, yeah. But old shotgun, you might be all right. You might just get a fine and, you know, community service or some shit. Pistol would be prison, I'd imagine. But yeah, if you don't have the ammo with it, that makes a hell of a difference because you ain't got it ready to go. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sure, you know all this, Mr. X. Anyway, I'm just telling everyone else, really. I have, if you can't see it, Paul, I don't know if you're watching vertical or horizontal, but you can't see the M4. It's up there somewhere, and the Colt Python is there, I think. No, there. Revo 7 on sale on Pelpack. Thank you, Spacey. Yeah, I wish I had the money. Mr. X now, but I can always get my hands on one if need. Well, exactly. That's the thing. That's what a lot of people don't realise. Just because you ain't got one, don't mean you couldn't get one like that if you needed one for something suddenly. You know. Say no more. But yeah, it's easier that way anyway. Buzzler said, I wanted a powerful gas canister pistol, but I don't know what is a powerful one. Well, the problem with them is they have to be set to the legal limit. So a pistol will legally only be 6 foot-pound. The longer ones can be 12 foot-pound, I think. I'm not an expert on these either. I don't really know. And then, yeah, if it's 6 foot-pound, it's not going to do a lot. It'll do something. Mr. X said gang members jail for firearms possession. Oh well, is that? Oh, well, automatic. Like that's like one of the things. Yeah, if you're affiliated gang member or whatever, firearms straight to prison. Yeah. Khalid, how you doing, mate? I love the book. I haven't read it all yet. I'm about halfway through. I've only just got home today. I've been around Metallics. Yeah, love it, mate. Love it. I love the pictures as well. They're great. Mother said you already have the coolest shit, and it's a Swiss card. Yes. Where's my Swiss card? I like it though. They are nice. Mother, it's in my wallet at the minute, and I can't remember where I put my wallet. And I say I haven't been in long, so I just chucked all my shit everywhere. If I could find my wallet, I'd get it out. Mr. X said, have had the word out for a cheap flintlock for a while now, and I could own one of them. Yeah, we can have stuff like that here. If you get so there's obsolete calibers and flintlocks, totally legal. Yeah, no issues at all. Fully working. The obsolete calibers, though, I had the opportunity years ago to get some proper nice obsolete caliber rifles that was reasonably modern looking as well. And they weren't a lot of money, but I never bothered. They're now massively extortionate prices over here, and they keep banning them because people keep buying them obsolete calibers, and because of the internet and so much easy access to get shit, they're ordering fucking bullets from abroad. Yeah. It's not like you're going to go on a rampage with a fucking old rifle that's like that fucking long anyway, but you know what I mean? But well, you could, but you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can have flintlocks over here with no. It's difficult to get the gunpowder. I think the black powder in that, you have to have some kind of license to get that, but the actual gun's fine, yeah. This director, I'm not sure about the new Repro one. Yeah, I'm not sure. They don't. You know what though? They might still be perfectly legal just because of it's the mechanism of how it shoots, isn't it? But yeah, that I've not looked into. Yeah. Clean said I had a flintlock off my grandfather. Luckily, I sold it for $1,000 before the law was so strict. But I do miss it for the decor. Yeah, no, I bet you do. I bet you do. Yeah. There's 28 people watching. Don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already, and come and have a chat. And if you want to leave a donation, please do, because it does massively help. It's 30 watching now. Do I know Go Gun? I do. I haven't ever ordered anything off them though, because I think I can't remember what it was. I think the stuff I was going to buy after they had the postage on it weren't as cheap as I was hoping, because it's coming from abroad in it. Luke, how you doing, mate? He said, how do you go about removing the safety from the man cone? There's probably videos online. All I know what you could do, though, Luke, is get the safety and push it to off. So push it forward and then get a coping saw and cut it off. Just because a coping saw has a very thin blade. Get a coping saw, stick it behind it, and cut it off while it's off. That should be pretty piss easy to do, I'd imagine. Sam said, have you seen the literal laser guns you can buy from China? No, I don't. Well, I probably have. But I've not really looked into them. But as I said, Prepper's Shop UK, I ordered my Revo so far. Prepper's Shop, look. There's a Prepper's. I like Prepper's Shop, but some people have a bit of an issue with Prepper's Shop because they sometimes sell shit that they don't have in stock, and they make you wait for ages without any fucking communication. That really pisses people off. I had to cancel my second Sobek I was buying. I had to cancel it, and I got. No, it was this. I was buying this. I was buying the Demon Tri-Strike, and I had to cancel it and get a Sobek instead. And then I had to sell that Sobek to get the money to get that. But Prepper Shop are all right as long as they got stuff in stock. Sorry, Luke. What was your comment? Okay, thoughts on the Annex 3000 28 shot Pelican? Sadly, I don't really know it, mate. Code Bunny said, I finished unpacking the Shen machete. It's amazing. Handle is comfortable when it comes to a canker. Send me some pictures. Send me some pictures. Yeah, Springfield is good. Springfield. Don't get me wrong. Prepper's shop is decent, right? It's just some people do have some people have had issues with it though, as a company, and it's more about the lack of communication when things go wrong. Mr. X said you used to be able to buy 45 Webleys from antique shops for $30 back in the 70s, and the 455 ammo was like, absolutely, yes. They're like what the old Webley like Mark 1 service revolvers type things. Yeah, fucking love them revolvers. My brother had a Deac one that you could put. He had a deactivated Webley service pistol that you could put cartridges in, so it looked pretty much fully fucking real. All it had was the firing pin cut off and about that much in the barrel, so it still looked like it had the barrel weren't like filled to the top. Wayne, how you doing, mate? He said, wonder why England only does 12 foot-pounds of air rifle like the FX. Yeah, the FX DRS, but the Cobra is 190 pounds. Yeah, they're like fucking, yeah, way more powerful, aren't they? Well, I said Bristol Air Guns delivered my Revo 7 magazine the next day. That's good. Luke said, have you tested the Go Gun needle? No, I've never had one of them. Never had one. Lubert said, yeah, I think the original Go Gun shop is German, but I think the owner, George, has partnered with foreign stores. Yeah, I've never had one of those needlers or anything that shoots a needle, to be honest. On body armor, it went further than the 45 ACP. I suppose it depends what the body armor is, because a lot of people don't know this. Bullet resistant body armor does not really stop knives very well, and it hardly stops spikes at all. I've seen someone get a crossbow bolt that had like a very pointy tip on it, almost like a dart, throw it at some fucking bullet resistant body armor, and it went straight through it, like the point did. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me. If you're going to stop needles or blades, you need added spike and knife protection. Mr. X said, just got army surplus 45 auto rounds and clipped the side. Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah, cut the rim off or whatever. Yeah, or whatever it is. Yeah. Or did you just take? No, it wouldn't be the rims. They need the rim, don't they? Whatever. Anyway, I'll get you. Luke said, not the needle, but the needle instead of a crossbow. Oh, okay, I get you now. I'll get you. Sorry, Luke. Buzzler said, I got the Cobra Adder V3 18-shot magazine. The Venom Extreme Throwing Arm. Love it. Yeah, I've got the Venom arm. I've never put it on yet. I'll be honest with you. I think it'd be a bit too much. But people love having the really powerful ones. Richard said it was originally due to be UK-made air guns in the 60s, being underpowered compared to Germany and other countries, being more than powerful at the time. Luke said, what's your thoughts on the usefulness of a tripwire alarm blanks like 2-2 12 gauge? Well, they're legal to buy, legal to stock up on. So yeah, why not? They could come in handy in some kind of situation one day. I don't want to say too much, it sounds dodgy, but yeah. Oh, I get you now, Mr. X. Yeah, you clip the rim just enough so it doesn't fall out. Nice. I get you. Yeah, powerful. Yeah, I've got the Venom limb. I don't know. In all honesty, the 130-pound limbs are fucking perfectly adequate for what you need anyway. But yeah, but why not? Why not have more if you need it? I think if I put my Venom limb on, I'd probably have it set at about 170, like the lowest. I wouldn't twist the string too much. Luke said, what crossbow does Funky have, if you can say? What, Funky Prepper? Is that what you mean? I'm not sure. The last time I ever heard him speak about a crossbow, he had I can't, what it's called now. It's basically the £50 version of a redback. Rich, do you remember what they're called? He had the £50 version of a redback, I think. He may have others. I don't really know now. I've not really spoke to Funky about like weapons for a while. Yeah. But he may have other stuff now. Oh, well, that's nice. I didn't know he'd done that. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah. Mr. X says, army surplus ammo used to be dirt cheap. Oh, that's nice of him. Yeah, Funky talked about you making him a nice one. Okay, it's nice. Yeah, he's got a lovely fucking dagger that I made him. Yeah. That I wanted to keep. No, it was fucking nice. But no, I when I went to see Funky, I gave him an option. He had a couple he could pick from. Yeah. Yeah. But I said I had a redback, found it pants. I like the redback, but it is what it is. It's a basic single shot pistol. Luke said, would you rather the £130 crossbow like the Adder or 8-shot Mankung in a clap scenario? I don't know. Possibly it may be the £130 Adder. What with a magazine? Maybe the £130 Adder. I'm looking at the Sobek's nice, but if I had to rely on something, I'd prefer something with a bit more power in a long-term situation. See, because like it's the different. The way I'd describe it as the £130 Adder, say, is a bit more like. It's nothing like this, but if you can compare it to guns, say, the Mankung's more of it's a pistol, whereas pistol power, say, and then the Adder would be more like stepping up power to, shotgun maybe. I don't. It's very odd comparisons, but you get what I mean by the power. Ignore how they shoot and all that. It's just. I'd like the Adder's more powerful, meaning it could do more things, but it is bigger. Well said, the PSC Viper is £50 version of the redback. Thank you. Yes, that's what I was on about. Yeah, that's the only one I remember Funky mentioning, but it's been a while since I've spoke to Funky like privately. I spoke to him a bit after he went to his meet, which was good. I like his meets; they're good fun. The problem with the last one, it was so fucking hot. Everyone was dying. No one was doing anything. They were so hot. Sam said, do you get on with weapons and stuff? I think that's his channel. Yeah, I know I do. Yeah, I like Liam. Yeah, he's been around here a few times. He's come around my house before. Mr. X said, one of those ones with the magazine look like overheat. They are. That new one I got, the Mankung Sobek, it's really good fun to shoot. Wayne said, I upgraded to £190 Adder. It's very naughty. Luke said, it's about slow to reload, though, isn't it, compared to the 8-shot? Well, this is the thing, Luke. With the small pistols, you have to sort of bring them down and then cock them. Whereas the Adder, you're sort of doing more of that kind of motion, and it's almost like it's quicker to shoulder. So in a way, you're doing a longer action, but you've got it closer to your shoulder already. So it's probably about the same, really. Yeah. But it's personal preference. Here's one thing, though. The £120 or £130 Adder with a broadhead on, you could probably kill something like a deer with that. You wouldn't be able to do that with a Sobek. Now, that'll put broadheads into someone, probably like that deep, you know, into them or wherever in a zombie. You know what I mean? And they're pretty mental, sort of close quarters, sort of shooting implements, sporting goods. But yeah, you know what I mean. Mother said, but yeah, Tomcat 2 is faster than the PSE Viper. Mr. X said, yeah, been watching your videos on them. Yeah, that one over there, Mr. X, is fucking. I love it. I love it. And for the price, it's 60 fucking quid's amazing. You know what I said? The next cheapest one that you can buy that's a reliable, good magazine crossbow, 300 quid. So what's that? 6, 12, 18, 20, 24. 20, have I done that right? 5 times as cheap. No, that was wrong. 6, 12, 18, 20, 26. 5 times cheaper. 5 times cheaper. Mother said, do you think it's still possible getting an Armex Tron? So that's an Armex Tron there. I have never seen anyone selling it nowadays. It's a really nice crossbow for what it is. I used to do them for like 30 quid. But no, I've never seen anyone selling them since they stopped. Wayne said, which home defense pistol would you suggest? So this is in a fictional situation where we're talking about zombies. So just try to cover myself with the law here. What pistol, like crossbow, do you mean? Or again, it's personal preference. All of the £80 ones nowadays, this is what it was. So before the Redback came out, all of the £80 pistol crossbows weren't £80. I tested the limbs on them, and every single one of them that claimed to be £80 was actually £50, and they weren't actually powerful enough. They wouldn't penetrate deep enough for what people would have wanted until that Redback came out, and that limb was actually like £78 or something like that, £74, and it was penetrating a lot deeper, deep enough to do what you'd want. So now most of the modern crossbows, pistol crossbows, they have upgraded the limbs. So that Sobek, the Tomcat 2s, and the other like alligator ones, they're very close to being true £80, and they're just strong enough to do what you would want. So most of them are good. They're what you want. Now, as I say, that Sobek, they've really thought about it. You can have a torch, a laser, a fucking bayonet. You can't buy those bayonets in a shop. You either have to make it or I'll make them. Bayonet, fucking speed loading things to when you shoot, you just put it in and shoot it down, so quick, and you've got the whole package in one. It's what you want. I've always tried, all of my crossbows are set up as grab and go. Because I'll tell you another thing that people don't realise is if you have to shoot a crossbow in the dark and it's single shot, how are you going to load the fucking bolts in if you can't see it? So I used to mount my lights at the back, so they still protected your target, but they also lit up the rail, so you can put a bolt in. Yeah, and I found that by pure accident because I saw someone else doing it just because they'd mounted it behind, and I thought, oh shit, actually, yeah, you can see the bolt. Yeah, Thursday, how you doing, mate? But yeah, a lot of the modern pistol crossbows now are adequate for what people wanted them 4 years ago. You know what I mean? Richard, the £80 Redback with broadheads, I shot through an 8-inch cut of pork and it stuck into 20mm ply. I wouldn't want to be hit with that. Mr. X, no, Mother said, I remember you got it on sale from Blades and Bows. Yeah, 20 quid, yeah. Richard, Vlad, £90 limb, really over £100 is an insane upgrade. 19-foot-pound pistol crossbow. Flo said, I hope you... Hang on. Hope all is good. Heard you were in Dark Place recently. I certainly was. That was great, Persia. Yeah, look at this. Look at this, Bojo. Take a look at that. How you doing, mate? You all right? Take a look at these. I got a couple of metallic Titans. I genuinely didn't think I was going to get any. I was really happy when she gave me them. I'll probably going to go out tomorrow night, but I might live stream before and after. If you fancy a chat tomorrow night. So yeah, a lot of the pistol crossbows are better than they used to be. They weren't. I don't know why it was. I don't know why they used to claim they were, but the £50 limb was about £30, and the £80 limb was about £50. Lee, how you doing, mate? You right? So yeah, they are a lot closer to the £80 they're supposed to be, and also, as Richard mentioned, there's all of these places now and all these other companies that are doing crossbows with £90 limbs and £100 limbs and £120 limbs that will fit on them crossbows. So you can easily get upgrades now because you couldn't before. You could not get upgrade limbs or anything like that. If you wanted to upgrade your limb, you had to buy another one and cut it down and glue it on, and you know, and how good and reliable that was, I don't know. I never bothered trying it because, you know, yeah. How is everyone? I've come home from Metallics today. I was quite tired. I woke up a bit now. I've got coffee left. What have you been up to, Pazio? Been up to anything? Oh, I got myself some new shot glasses. They're like £3 for fucking 6 of them. Why not? You know. All different colours. Don't forget to like the stream, please, everyone. Yeah. Don't forget you can become a member if you want for as little as £2 a month. Suppose I've done fuck all recently, just work. Mother said, Mike, I must mention something about your Barnet video. Never ever put your finger in the way of the string loaded. Thing is, I do know that. Yeah, the thing is though, if I'd have shot that crossbow at that point, I probably would have had a crossbow bolt in my face. So the options were have that bolt flip round and probably stick in my face or head, or stick my finger up. But no, I do appreciate your concern. But no, I kept that in deliberately because I wanted to do a 100% honest review and show. Yeah, those last bolts were hovering up above the rail, and the string would have gone underneath it. And I better not touch it. Two options: what would have happened? I suspect the bolt would have either snapped in half and flung back, or it would have ripped this bit off here. So at that point, the only option I really had, I'd had to move the fucking bolt with my finger in the way. I didn't really have any choice, you know. I suppose there is other things I could have done, but you know, spare the moment shit in it. But yeah, no, I do appreciate it, Mother. But no, I know, I do know that was a stupid thing to do, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm more concerned about my face, really, and my eyes. Yeah, I need to see if that's like, I don't know. I might have to just risk it one day and shoot it, but I don't know. What it is, this crossbow here, if you're watching in the horizontal, sorry, the Demon Tri-Strike, the bolts actually sit in the body of the crossbow, and they come up. But the last bolt was sitting up too high, and the string sits in a groove. And I suspect the string would have come up underneath the bolt, shot along, and as I said, it'd either break this bit up, break that bit off holding the bolt down, or it would have snapped it in half and flung it somewhere. But yeah, I always check whenever I do the first shots of crossbows, I'm always quite careful, because that tends to be when you have this weird fuck up. It seems to be they settle in after a while. I don't know. Mother said, I don't know where it is at the minute. I've my bags aren't unpacked. I've took my wallet out or put it somewhere. I don't know where it is now. He said, show us your Swiss card. Richard said, the £140 Genie prod is a decent upgrade. The manufacturer had the brains to use aluminium string knocks. The string doesn't split. The string doesn't split the limb if you shoot standard bolts, like the Interceptor prod. Yeah, well, that's it. That's clever, isn't it? Clever. Someone who's thought about it. Yeah, I'm well into upgrading your crossbows, but I don't know. That 140 is a bit excessive, I think, Rich. But you know, it is what it is. Luke said, would you recommend the 18-shot adder or Sobek for shit hit the fan? And can you put lasers lights on the adder? So yeah, the adder has rails on the side. So if you get the adder with the mark or the 18-shot adder, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming that probably has rails on the side still and on the top and underneath. The difference between the real difference between both of those crossbows is the 18-shot adder is probably at least 600 quid. The Sobek is 60 quid. The adder will be twice as powerful. But the Sobek in close quarters up to, and when I say close quarters, I mean, 10 meters will do the job and it's more compact. This is the other thing that people don't realize. The adder is not small. So the adder is described as a pistol crossbow. When they say it's a pistol crossbow, all they mean it has a pistol grip. The fucking adder, when it's got the stock on, is about that big. It's about the size of a full-size crossbow. It's just not quite as wide. So it's a full-size crossbow, not a pistol in the slightest. I think, I don't know, it's personal preference, but as I say, and how much money you can afford. The adder, you'd be able to take a deer down with that. You wouldn't be able to with the Sobek, but the Sobek would penetrate into a deer like about how much with broadheads on. You know. Richard said, I will say I make £140 prod look easy to cock. Yes, you do, Rich. Luke said, how would air pistols compared to something like the adder? Air pistols in this country are rated down to 6 foot-pound. They won't really do a lot to zombies, let's say. Not a lot, really. It'll hurt, but that's it. Richard said, I will say I make the £140 prod look easy to cock. Exactly. Thing is, when I was around yours, I couldn't even risk attempting it. Because if I'd pulled my fucking chest at that point, I'd be fucked. Khalid said, what's your favourite impractical gun? Mine is the Wildy Magnum. Yeah, the Wildy Magnum from Death Wish 3. I do like the big fuck off Desert Eagles. You know, big old 50 cal Desert Eagle. Yeah. Or like the Colt Python. Rita said, adder is probably 3 times heavier than a normal full-size crossbow. Yeah, it is. It is heavier as well. That's the thing. People think it's a pistol. It's not. You got that big old magazine on it as well. But yeah. Luke said, I wonder how the exploding 177 pellets would go on a zombie. I don't know. Whatever you know, do not make videos of that. Do not make videos of that. Funny thing is, Simon Flint said hello recently, which is Tactical Bushcraft. That was his name on it. He said hello recently. He said he's still about, if anyone wondered. If you know, you know. Clay said, I mean safety grip. Yeah, the Wildy Magnum. Virgin said, heavy is good, Heavy is reliable, and if it doesn't work, you can always hit them with it. Is that? And I'll tell you, always put a fucking bayonet on your crossbows, because the other thing you need to remember with crossbows, in my opinion anyway, crossbows for me are like old style rifles. They're slow. It's hard to carry lots of ammo, and once you've run out of fucking bolts, if you've got a bayonet on it, you've still got a fully working fucking weapon on you. Otherwise, you will just have to hit them with it or chuck it at them. Richard said, I have a broken adder, and I'll say I'm not impressed with the build quality. I'm putting it mildly. Yes, exactly, Rich. Sergio, it's Mr. X's birthday. I don't think I've taken any of these. I hope not. Saint, how you doing, mate? Just got back from putting 500,000 things on Marketplace. Mark. Luke said, would the adder be too big to clear a house compared to Sobek? I don't think so. No, I don't. The other thing is, what you can do, or what I do, I don't even put the stock on my adder. The stock's removable, right? If you had to do something like that, don't even put the stock on it. And just hold it up like that. Just fucking hold it like that. Like a fucking big pistol. Yeah. And then it's about that long. About that wide. Proper decent power. Yeah. I think it's just personal preference, really. It depends. Sergio said, happy birthday, Mr. X. Smoke a fat one and pretend I rolled you it because I know it. You know I would if I was there. Puzzler said, on the adder, you can put a laser and the light and the knife and a pointer. Yeah, well, you can with the... So my Sobek has got a light on it. It could have a laser. It's got a bayonet. It's got side mounting speed loaders. You can shoot broadheads out of it. You can have a sling on it. Saint said, do your crossbows have hairpin triggers? Never use. No, I don't think I have anything that has a hairpin trigger on it. Now, most crossbows don't have the lightest trigger pulls because they're essentially got a lot of weight pushing against something, and then they'll have a lever system to make it easier. But no, I've never had one that's got a. I don't like anything with a hair trigger. I don't even shoot like that. I'm a bit of a fucking snatch the fucking trigger back, which is not supposed to be good for accuracy, but I can still hit things. All right, Sue, how you doing, mate? He said, I recently came back from Scotland, and as an Englishman, I'm so surprised at the kindness and hospitality of the Scots. Always thought they hated us, but they're the nicest people I've met. I loved it up in Scotland. It was great. Yeah, I've been to Scotland. It's nice up there, isn't it? It's nice up there. Yes. Yeah, I like Scotland, and I like our Scottish brothers. They're decent people, yes. Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah. I suppose if you get pissed in the wrong places, you might get, your head kicked in. But yeah, you just got to be careful, ain't you? What happened to Simon Flint? So, I may get this slightly wrong. It's been a long time. It was over 10 years ago. Simon used to do videos where he'd shown some videos where he'd made some like explosive bolts. Separately, an incident happened when he was living in his caravan. A violent incident, with some people. I don't really know what happened. He got nicked for potentially using a weapon in this whatever happened while he was living in his van or his caravan or whatever it was, camper van. They searched his camper van and found weapons that are perfectly legal to own, but I'm not sure if you can have them technically in a camper van because that's not on a private land then. And then they done him for having these explosive bolts, I think, on like fucking explosive fucking charges, you know, like terrorism type charges, I think. Sent him to prison, and he had a lot of problem in there with like Muslim extremists in there, because I think he'd done a couple of videos talking about that kind of stuff as well. So he had he was going to come on and talk to me about it, but I think it's an area where I get a little bit nervous about talking about it publicly because of what it could draw from like the media and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just going to try and catch up with some of the comments. Richard said, one thing to note, if you put higher poundage limb on the adder, use aluminium knocks. The plastic knocks tend to shatter. Thank you, Rich. Saint said, might as well get Rich to make you one of those ballistas. Well, he's been making himself one. Luke says, good to know that the criminals in our free country have real guns. Yes. President, manners don't cost anything. We Scottish like free things. Well, exactly, Peugeot. You know, you get what you give, innit? You know what I mean? Luke said, where the alternatives to dangerous pepper spray? There ain't really. The best you can do with pepper spray is like farb gel. Saint, Mike's worried about the media. Your 50 has changed you, man. I don't want to get fucking put in prison for something I ain't done. Oh my gosh. But yeah, he did want to come on, but I don't know. Also, it'll be very political as well. You know what I mean? And it's not really what the channel's about. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know you're kidding. You fucking better be. That's going. I'm writing that down. Saint said I've changed. All right, he's gradually getting more lines down the side of his name. I'm not going to tell how many you can get. Sam said, "Wait, someone is no Richard. I don't. Well, maybe Richard is selling ballistas, but I know he wants to make himself one." No, it was. I don't know. I'd have to talk to Simon about it and see how he would want to talk about it. But yeah, the best thing to do would not make it too much of a thing and just have him come on a drunk stream and just talk. You know what I mean? But it wouldn't get as many views. But I know they completely fucked him over and, you know, gave him like the harshest sentence they could, and he had a lot of trouble inside prison when he was in there, as far as I know. So I still remember you saying you had one politics stream, and after one guy kept begging and never showed up. Yeah, yes, yeah, he would constantly keep trying to bring up politics every live stream. So I said, let's do a politics live stream, and then he came on and said, no, I don't want to talk about it tonight. Fucking bastard. Mike, fucking hell. Mother said, Mike, who is Garth Ranky? So there's a TV show called Garth Ranky's Dark Place. Made by Garth Ranky is a fictional character by a comedian called Matt Holness. And this is this is the book he wrote. It's Garth Ranky. I don't know, Mother. Look it up on Wikipedia. There's a lot to talk about. Luke said, are you invested in precious metals? Good to bury them. Copper is next. I can't afford to. I could probably get my hands on some copper, I suppose. Lead, maybe. Go around the local church, get myself a bit of lead. Copper, maybe. Mother, I did tell him about. So also, Garth Marenghi is one of my influences for the Spyrophiles. I did mention it to him, so you never know. He might have watched it now. Yeah, I can't afford to stock up on metals, really. I've got what? Although, seeing Funky's video the other day, I might actually have about 100 quid's worth of silver. I've got 1 troy ounce. Saint said, out of curiosity, Mike, can you do any of your Twitch streams again with your hands? Not sure if using the controller is bad for. That's not too bad. Computer games are all right, actually. Weirdly enough. I think if I did do any game streams, I might just whack them on YouTube now. I don't know. It's been so long since I've been on Twitch. The advertising on there needs redoing. Yeah, no. But no, luckily, Saint, computer games are all right. They're all right. Yeah, Twitch. What's Twitch? Never heard of Twitch. Saying I got a Twitch. Luke said, yeah, mate, copper 1 kilogram bars, about 30 quid. Yeah, I've got a shitload of aluminium. Anyone wants that? Anyone wants a shitload of aluminium? I got that. Luke said, are you part of any prepper group? Are they a good idea? Well, I don't know. Yes, I suppose they are. They are good. It's good to. I've been to a couple of the prepper meets. I've been to the Wales prepper meet, the Derby prepper meet, and I thought I'd been to another one, but I may not have. Have I been to another one? Definitely been to the Derby prepper meet and Funky's one. And they're decent. I have met some amazing people going to those meets. Fucking amazing people. Friends I'll have for life. When I go to those preppers meets, so I'm slightly more into getting my weapons out there, get some, because I know the preppers want weapons, so I'll take stuff that's legal. They can buy that. And meet new people. Meet some wonderful fucking friends. And I think if I wanted to, so the Derby meet, I met all those lot, and they all know me, and I know them through YouTube. And I'm pretty sure that if I wanted to, if I joined like their Discord, they'd let me into like the higher end private bit of it. And the only reason I haven't joined that yet is just I just don't have time really. It's got some shit going on. I want to join it properly when I've got time to join it and actually look on there and talk to them. Otherwise, I'll join it and then I won't do nothing anyway. Yeah, it's a good idea to share information. 100. You're off, mother. Good night, mate. 100%. Exactly. I don't play video games. I think it releases unhealthy stress hormones. I'll tell you what I do, Coburn. You know, if I play a computer game, play it on the easiest. Play it on the easiest mode. Play it on the easiest mode, and then it's enjoyable. I do not play games to be stressed out. Fuck that bullshit. Buzzler's off. He's got to go. Look after yourself and let people know how I'm finding the Revo 7. Look after yourself, Weapon Collector, and chat room. Take care, Buzzler. Nice having you on, mate. Richard, Mike's Twitch is dead. He only stopped due to not having a certain lolcat to rant about. He said, I want 1 little bit of aluminium to complete the sculpture. Let me know, Pete. Are you still missing that 1 little bit, you're saying? I have to just send you another one. Looks like, have you invested in mesh core type comms? No. Nah. To be honest, I'd have no one to contact anyway. Code Bunny said, yeah, only game I'll play is Pokemon or Dragon Quest where you don't have to use skill. Yeah, I play all my games. I play my games on the easiest fucking mode. I want to enjoy myself. I do not want to have a challenge and be stressed out. Thanks, Ed. I think it would be more wary about going to a field of preppers at night, all of which are armed with knives. That's great. I'll tell you what, Sam. Fucking hell. I go to these meets. Like Funky's first one, I had a bloke pay fucking 50 quid for that massive 18-inch fucking Bowie knife, and I had a woman spend about 500 quid on crossbows and swords. Maz, if you're watching, Maz, She was looking and she wasn't really interested in anything. And I picked up this sword and I said, hold that. And she just looked at me, and that's my sword. And it was because she held it, she just instantly fucking fell in love with it. Yeah. Yeah. Persia, I've got another one down there. I'm going to do another one. Keep an eye out. Fall on the Hill, how you doing? Anna Evil, how you doing? You all right? I only just got back from Metallics today. No, the preppers, they're lovely. They're good people. There are a couple of situations where some of them are a bit unusual, I'd say, putting it nicely. However, I didn't find anyone threatening. I have dealt with people who are completely off their fucking rocker, and you'd be worried that if you turned your back on them, they'd stab you. That kind of shit. Now, I didn't feel that with any of the preppers. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I would have fucked off. Yeah, no, I liked it. You know, that was good. And some people get obsessed with certain topics, and that's fine because, you know, that's what they do. And I tend to sit there and I'll just let them tell me about it, and then they get it off their chest. They get what they want to tell you. And a lot of the time, you can move on and have a chat about something else if you're not that interested in it. You know, but not everyone can do that. Yeah. Pete said, try before you buy. Yes. Pete said, you need to take a few melons next time so they can really, yeah, that'd be good. Actually, yeah, or some water bottles. Yeah. Richard said, I emulate the old Game Boy Yu-Gi-Oh games. Find the strategy in the gameplay. My thing these days. Fallen Hill said, yeah, we're good. Just got back from missing the shop in the rain. Oh, fuck's sake. I really need to build a cabin for my mobility. Yeah, it'd be a way to go, wouldn't it? President said, when everyone is armed, it's the same as when no one is. Well, exactly. I'll tell you what, Persia. I got more paranoid when everyone had fucked off. However, that might have been due to excessive drink. Because the very first one we went to a Funky's, we did have a proper good drink. And we'd been there about 5 days. We like to get to these places a day early and leave a day afterwards. And you don't have to deal with everyone like leaving. If we can. Me and Metallic. And when it was just me, Metallic, Ben, and BFG, even he started getting paranoid. When he said, I can't remember what Matt said, but he said something like, oh, he said, yeah, even I wanted to come down and sleep in the tent with the weapons of you last night, Mike. When he said that, that made me paranoid. Because I thought, he lives around here. What does he know that I don't know? But I think I didn't drink that night, and I was getting a hangover, and I was coming off of the booze. And I did not sleep a wink all fucking night, right? I was so paranoid that I slept with a knife next to me and my hearing aid in, full blast, which I don't do, pretty much with one eye open all fucking night. I couldn't sleep because I was convinced someone was going to, a serial killer was going to creep into my tent and try to kill me. And because I'd had a cold recently, I couldn't hardly hear at all. So I was pretty much laying in the tent completely fucking deaf. That's why I had to leave my hearing aid in. So I wouldn't have heard anyone coming. And then Metallic went and said, I said, oh, it's all right for you, like you're sleeping in the car. And then she said something like, oh, yeah, serial killer would just cut your tent open anyway. Thanks a fucking lot. So there's me, paranoid as fuck, deaf as fuck, and now she's gone and said, yeah, they'll just cut their way. Because I put like an alarm on my zip. So that if anyone touched my zip, you'd pull a rape alarm. Yeah, that's right, they'll just cut away in the tent anyway. Thanks. While she's asleep, everyone else apart from me and Matt was sleeping in fucking cars. Locked up in their metal boxes. Fucking bastards. But I think the main part, I don't normally get like that. That was because I was hungover. When I get hungover, I get a bit sort of, that weird anxiety shit. Rita said he was hinting at me about freak shows whose knives you in the back of the meat. No, no, never you. Saint said, might as well get a tranny van, Mike, and go to those meets and sew your kit out the back. Well, we use Metallic's Belingo. Yeah, because I don't drive, do I? Evil said, I'm not good. I'm frostbitten. This time, not too soggy. Well, I just, yeah, if you ain't got nothing that falls off or goes black. Evil, fuck's sake. Yeah. Yeah, I luckily all of today I've been getting I've got on a coach at 9:30 in the morning and I got home at 6:30, I think. So that's about 9 hours or something. Yeah, I had to sleep. Luckily I had to stay out the rain pretty much the whole entire time. Because I had to get 3 coaches. Pete says, shame Catherine O'Hara passed. She was Home Alone mum and many more. Yes. Yeah, that is a shame, yeah. Yeah, Home Alone and Beetlejuice. And there's something else I remember her from, but I can't remember what it was now. As you say, many, many things. Yeah, she's well known. I quite liked her. So it's the same with me with energy drinks. I barely drink months, but when I do, I get paranoid. It's weird. Yeah, it must be the caffeine or something doing it. Yeah, every now and then, if I have a heavy drinking session, the next day, I get a physical hangover and a mental hangover. And I was getting that mental hangover that last day at the preppers meet. Everyone else had left, and then I start sort of. That's why I don't live stream the night after I drink. This is why I don't drink Fridays because I won't be on Saturday if I do. I start to like when people talk to me, I read too much into what they're saying as well. You know what I mean? When I'm hungover. It's a bit like being paranoid stoned, a bit like that. Imagine like the paranoia when you're stoned. It's like that when I'm hungover. Plus, I feel like I'm fucking dying. Yeah. And you like think too much and take things the wrong way. And yeah. Yeah. But yeah, fucking hell. I did not sleep a wink that night. That last night. And that's because everyone had fucked off. I even asked Ben. I borrowed one of Ben's fixed blades. He had a nice, I can't remember what it was. It was a big old, maybe cold steel fixed blade. Well, that's the problem with me, Percio. I'm paranoid anyway. But in general day-to-day life, it just makes me aware of shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like hyper aware. And so I'm going to a room and see if something's been moved. You know what I mean? And shit like that. Although saying that though, last couple of days I've noticed I've been a bit of a zombie. I've been went shopping the other. So Metallic and her daughter went out, and because I was going to be waiting about, I went shopping, and people kept being like right next to me, and I didn't realise they was there until they was there, and it kept making me jump. But I think it's just because I was tired. Because when I'm around Metallic's house, we tend to stay up late and get up early, so I'm living off of like 6 hours sleep. 6 or 7 hours sleep a day, which I know for a lot of you will say that's plenty, but for me that is nowhere near enough. I need at least 8 or 9 hours sleep a day, otherwise I start going like fucking like zombified. Like I'm not with it. Fallen Evil said, right, screwed up my hands. This is evil then, I reckon. Screwed up my hands the other day. No, maybe not. No, it's full. It don't matter anyway. I know it's one of you two. Right. Screwed up my hands the other day, put in a solid tyre on Evil's e-bike. Had to heat it with a blowtorch as the boiling water wasn't softening the rubber. Oh, yeah, I've never done that. My brother had a bike with a solid tyre on, and he thought it was great. That was years ago. Yeah, I bet that did fuck your hands up as well. But, yeah, I am the most difficult to scare at work. Keeps you awake on the night shift. Yes. Yeah, I've been in zombie mode last couple of days, but I think it's lack of sleep. I weren't so bad today. Saint said, I made an ammo box stove today, and when I lit it, I forgot the rubber seals in it. For fuck's sake. Yeah. Good night, Peach. Take care, mate. He said, maybe watch a little from my phone. Yeah, that's what I do. Mr. X said, I sometimes get a little paranoid with a smoking pot, but it doesn't bug me because I know it's only a pot. Well, exactly. That's the thing. That's what I told myself last time. That it is just that, and you ain't, it's just that doing it, isn't it? And it's going to fuck off. It's not going to stay. But yeah. The only problem is I get it so often now. If I do smoke anything, I can't enjoy it anymore, sadly. Mark Bronson, how you doing, mate? He said, drunk to me means paranoid plus no memory of the night before. It gets worse as you get older. Yeah, definitely. That's it. That's it. Well, I've got a bad habit of I'll go out, I'll drink on the stream, and then I'll go in the Wendy house. We'll drink to about 3 or 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Then I'll come in here, and then I'll eat, and then I'll carry on drinking. And I end up drinking till about 10 o'clock in the morning. And none of that I can remember. And yeah, I do it. So I said, fuck knows how people go solo night fishing or smoking weed. I'll be shitting myself. I know, loads of people do that. But then I was talking to someone who said about that. And the thing is, Saint, they are. I don't know why they do it. But the bloke I talked to about people who go solo fishing, they are all fucking sit there shitting themselves. I don't want to do it. Ben, how you doing, mate? Evil said, I need a lot of sleep, but full consumption of 6 hours. Freaky how people can do that. I can't at all, Evil. I need a solid 8 or 9. Otherwise, I struggle. And Metallic, because she's got ME and fibro, she can't stay in bed for too long. It hurts her. So she's used to always doing like 6 or less. I can't do it. I'm completely fucked if I don't. If I have 6 hours sleep for like 3 or 4 days in a row, I'm a moody bastard. I'm like a zombie, I may be moving around, but I don't know what's going on. Mr. X says, I rarely drink anymore. I tend to use weed. Yeah, no, fair enough. Percy said, I'm the most dangerous thing in the woods. What do I have to be scared of? Well, I suppose. I suppose, yeah, I didn't think about that way. Mr. X said ditto, yes. Maybe I need to think about that way, yeah. Frank said, I've always been told 6 hours is normal. I think 8 is the golden spot. 100%. 8 is great. 9 is fine. I just made that up, by the way. But yeah, if you couldn't tell. 9 for me is the sweet spot. If I have 9 hours, I have the perfect amount of rest. And I also have very vivid dreams. And they're good ones normally. Even if they're bad, what happens is, because I'm in that sort of almost waking state, even if it turns into a nightmare, I start to become aware and then I can stop it. But I soon wake up then anyway. Gun Bob, how you doing, mate? Let's just catch up on your comment. He said, hi from Scotland. Just bought a Sobek on your recommendation. Love it. And yeah, I'm a Scot, so I'm reasonably drunk. Love your videos. Thank you, mate. I'll be getting pissed tomorrow, mate. I'll be getting pissed tomorrow. Yes. I'm glad you got a Sobek. And yeah, they're proper decent, aren't they? Amazing. Fallen Hill said, I used to go fishing alone in Epping Forest and Chingford at night as a teen in the 90s. I had to chase pikeys away from the fishing gear all the time when they thought I tripped off. Fuck's sake. Saint said, Percy, crackheads. Having some council creeper trying to nick your tent at 3 AM is what would keep me up. Mark said, how come when you're younger, pissed, you can remember everything? When you're pissed, you get old, you don't remember fuck all. Well, I don't know. It depends how pissed you get. Guaranteed, if I got pissed and stoned as a teenager, I'd get arrested, definitely. And there was many a night when I used to wake up in the police station, and I'd be laid there, and I'd sort of wake up, and before I fully opened my eyes, I'd be going to myself, please let that be a dream. Please let that be a dream. And I'm going to wake up in my bed now. I'll open my eyes. I'm in a fucking police station. And I'm not sure what I've done. And there's some form of injuries. Not bad ones, but, hands are hurting or something. Or you might have a bit of a cut eye or something. Yes. I've had a few like that I still to this day don't know what really happened. My memory of it are what other people told me. But yeah, you do seem I do black out a bit, easier now, if that makes sense. Luke says Sobek or 28 shot 177 air pistol for grid down. Sobek, definitely Sobek. Mr. X says CBD is good for that. I push it towards the THC side. Oh, I get you. Yeah. I need to look into CBD, but I haven't bothered yet. Same, it was the bloody canned bourbons. Evil said, I know exactly what you mean. I get brain fog within a few days of 6 hours sleep, and my terrible memory gets worse, and I get really moody too. That's exactly me, Evil. That's exactly me. I've been with Metallic for about a week, and that was the last 2 days. That was me. Yeah, I can't do it, and I need 8. I was getting because I like sitting up with Metallic watching films, but I can't do it for too long unless I can have a lay-in the next day. But going to bed at 2 and then getting up at 8:30 the next day, that's not enough sleep for me. Poser said, Mr. X, I've been getting DAB pens recently, and they're good. My chest isn't as phlegmy rather than smoking blood. Oh, that's good. Does the CBD oil they sell in shops help with high blood pressure? I don't know. Kind of sounds the worst feeling ever. Gunbob said, I also have the FMA Supersonic Rev. They take a bit of looking after. Sobek is bomb-proof. Exactly. Yeah. Hangovers kill me now. It's an aging. Yeah, totally, mate. Totally. Yeah. I get terrible hangovers now. Absolutely horrendous hangovers. I sometimes have hangovers that last like 2 or 3 days as well. Abel said I end up napping halfway through. Well, if I was at home, that's exactly what I'd do. But when I'm around Metallics, I don't bother. Occasionally I will, if there's absolutely no choice and I'm so done in. Persian said, no, what's your next on the build front? So, I need to do UK Urban Preppers sheath, among 2 other things. And because they were so cheap, I even got a stamp for his stuff. So I've got this for his stuff. So I can stamp that on his, because he wanted his name on it. Better than what I can do with my letter stamps. Anyway, that's like 3/4 done. I might as well get that done. There's the cookery build. I need to make the sheath for that cookery. And then I think, I don't know, Pergio, it'll be a knife build. I know it'll be a knife build. I fancy making a knife. So it'll either be one of the knives that people have been waiting for years, or it'll be something like that. Anyway, it won't be something for me. I need to get that shit done, really. I don't know. I also need money, so I might do some... Oh, no, all of that stuff. Right, so Shane's knife. I might make Shane's K-bar next. That's already been paid for ages ago. Well, that was... He put a really big donation in, so I thought I'd make him a knife as a gift. Anyway, yeah. So I might do that K-bar. It's going to be a K-bar with a brass guard and brass pommel. Never stacked handle. I think it'd be really nice. Mr. X, I've got severe lung disease, so not meant to smoke anything. You do smoke a bit though, don't you? My mum got fucking COPD. She still smokes cigarettes. It's great. I use CBD oil every day, and my blood pressure is usually okay. Nice. Yeah, I do want to. I want to experiment with CBD for my hands, but it's looking into something that's cheap enough for me to be able to do it. Gumbob said, I made custom knives for a while. Hated selling them though. I love a K-bar. So yeah. I get what you mean about selling them. Yeah. I've got an idea for a K-bar style knife. Yeah, I think I'll do brass. I've got the brass for the pommel, so brass pommel, brass guard, maybe a light stacked handle, light colour, not too dark, and maybe a light coloured sheath. So it'll be a bit different. It'll be a bit different to your average one. I think it'd be really nice. Paul said, yeah, you should go hunting and save money on the food bill. That's a good idea. That's what my brother does. That's what my brother does. Mr. X said, yeah, the odd smoke at the weekend. Yeah, I would like to replace alcohol with something else, but there's nothing really cheap, easy to get, and agrees with me mentally. So these leather stamps, Spacey, Temu, £6. I just sent them a picture and then they fucking knocked that up for me. Fucking thing, come on. I can never hold still for fucking long enough. Focus, you bastard. I can't do it. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? £6. That's what I mean. So, they made a brass. So the one that I got done for UK Urban Prepper, £6. He wants 3 different sheaves anyway. I'll just add £2 to each of those sheaves. He's not going to notice that kind of price on it. And in all honesty, I could give him the stamp and he could use it for his own stuff. Or I could just keep it, and then if he wanted other stuff, you know what I mean? But for £6, I thought, fuck it, I'll just get him one. It would look better than what I could do with hand stamps. Evil said, make your own CBD or whatever. Folded. Yes, that's an idea. Mr. X said, gave up ciggies instantly as diagnosed as terminal. Fucking hell. Yeah. Oh, what? Now you've stopped, it's not. Prescription CBD oil is about $350 for a little bottle. Fucking hell. President, run a red biro around the indented bit, and that will show a lot better. Yeah, that would. That would. I'll tell you what, under the naked eye, though, it's fucking good, Peugeot. It's good. Yeah, well happy with that. It might show more. It shows good anyway. That's bare leather as well, so it might show differently. Spacey said it's a stamp you're showing. Why I read right way. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. What's it coming out back? Spacey, do you want to have a chat tomorrow night? I'm going to go out to a party tomorrow, but if you fancy a chat in the evening tomorrow, let me know. Sam said, Mr. X, was your blood pressure high before you started doing CBD oil? But yeah, as I said, for £6, that's fucking excellent, isn't it? I think that's amazing for £6. Because you've also got to remember that's my actual proper logo as well. That is actually what my merchandise has. Gunbob said, I got a stamp made about 20 years ago for my sheaves. It was nearly £100. That's the fucking Temu for you, isn't it? But no, I get you. That's why I never had one, because they're expensive, aren't they? But I just thought I'd try it. I thought, fuck it, I'll give it a go for £6. If it's shit, it don't matter. And it's really good. It's really good. Yeah, the tool has reverse text. Yeah, Spacey. Yeah. Bird said, yeah, it'll get you Saturday. Oh, exactly. I could do key rings with it. Make standard maker's mark. Yeah, so when you send the picture, you just get any picture you want. You could probably get someone's fucking face done if you wanted to, and I suppose they just CNC it out of it. That's the reason it's so cheap now. CNC machines. Mr. X said about his blood pressure. No, not really. My blood pressure used to be perfect, which surprised people considering my lifestyle. But after my PE, everything changed. I'm the same as that, Mr. X. I've never had any issue with I've never had any issues with my blood pressure either. It's always good. Most people will think mine's going to be high. Mark said, I'm waiting for the Merlin Archery to get the new stock for in February for the Manking Alligator. That's an amazing deal. I missed that a month ago. Yeah, Merlin Archery, place to go, mate. No, that's the stamp after it's been put on. No, so this is the stamp on the leather. Yeah, this is the result of what it will look like. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a bit of leather, that is. Yeah. He said, I thought it was the tool you were showing. Yeah, fair enough, Spacey. Yeah, it's confusing me a bit. 400 grams of CBD, GPM grade isolate, 99%, 150 quid. You can make loads of bottles of high strength oil with that. Oh, nice. Yeah, so how long would 150, so that £150 bottle, how long would that last you per se? On average, do you reckon? Gunbob said, I just got a new scope from Hong Kong land for my supersonic, half the price here, and it's awesome. That's the thing. You can get some awesome stuff. That's the good thing with the internet. It does enable to be able to buy decent products for fuck all. And yeah, they're good, aren't they? It's good stuff. In the old days, you wouldn't be able to get that stuff, or you'd either have to get someone else to get it for you, some shop or something, and yeah, and they'd be putting money on it. Yeah, and I say, like these stamps, £6. If it was shit, I didn't give a fuck. And I even bought one for someone else's stuff that I'm doing because £6. I could put that price on the fucking stuff and they wouldn't even notice. I take 1 mil a day. All right. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. But it's money and stuff like that. By the way, I will be going off past. Tomorrow night, I might be live streaming from like 7:30 till 9:30-ish. Maybe. I'm going to have a little drink before I go out. Go to this party, then I'll come back about 12:30 and live stream then for a bit, and then I'll do a private one. If anyone wants to join in that. And anyone can join in that. You just have to be on camera, really, but that's all. But it'll be private. There's no, just people talking on camera. I'll still be on for another 5 minutes, though. Still clear up my fucking bedroom. I've chucked shit all over the place. It takes 1 mil a day, but that's a pretty potent batch. Yeah. I know Metallic used to do her CBD. I don't know. I've not noticed her doing it recently. Maybe she's stopped for a bit, but there may be some reason for that. Maybe she's experimenting with not doing it at the minute. I don't know. Yeah. Gunbob said, I love using UK shops if possible. I ordered some bolts 3 weeks ago from a UK dealer and they still don't have them in stock. Getting a bit pissed off, to be honest. That annoys. Yeah, that's what pisses people off. It's different if they told you. But when you order stuff that's supposed to be in stock and then they haven't got it, I understand why that fucking pisses people off. You know what I mean? I've only got to say, sorry, I ain't got a stock. But I gave up with my. So I was going to get a second. No, it was this thing. The fucking hell man cut. The Barnet Demon Tri-Strike. I tried to buy that from Prepper's shop, and they just kept. They said it's not in stock right now. You'd have to wait 5 to 10 days or something like that. It's coming from Europe. 3 months later, I hadn't heard anything from them at all. So I had to message saying, you know, is anything happening? They said, oh, sorry, we don't know when they're going to be back in stock or whether they ever will be. Didn't offer me any money back though. So they said they sent me a Sobek instead, and I thought about it, and I thought, well, at least if they send me a Sobek, I can do it up and sell it, and then buy the Demon Tri-Strike. He even said, "Can we see your cousin's revolver, please?" What was that then? What have I spoke about there then? About a revolver? Can't remember what we're talking about. I won't be able to hold a gun though, because I can't hold guns on live streams. I can't remember what we spoke about now. It's cousin's revolver. Mr. X said, and they wonder why more and more people buy direct online. Yeah, exactly. Spacey said, I'm waiting for my pre-order since June. Cousin's revolver. I can't think. The only revolvers I've got are these ones here. That's confused me. I can't remember what we're talking about now. Unless I was doing like cleaning one up for someone and they've had it back. Honestly, I can't remember. Oh, you've been waiting for a pre-order since 2024, a Dementor doll. Honestly, Evil, I can't work out what you mean in a minute. What the fuck am I talking about? It can't be none of those, because that's mine, and that's mine, and they're locked onto the wall anyway. That's the only revolvers I've got in a minute. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. You know. That's definitely mine. That's definitely mine. That's definitely mine. That's definitely mine. What the fuck would that have been? You know what? I can't remember. Oh, from the Furiosa movie. Yeah, no, fair enough. If I can remember what it is, Evil, I'll get it ready for tomorrow's live stream. Right now, I can't think. What the fuck would that have been? I do have the worst memory ever, though. Like, if it was over a year ago, I can't remember fucking nothing. But yes, if it comes to me, I'll get it out. But I can't think what that'd be. Yeah. Picture in bed, can't see after contact because you'll see some are vertical, some are horizontal. Right, it is past, so I better go off anyway. Thank you for watching, everyone. I do appreciate it. If you haven't already liked the stream, please do like it for me because it does massively help. And thank you for the people who became members tonight and donated. Looked like a World War II service revolver. I can't bloody think now, you know, Phil. I can't think either. It might come back to me eventually. But off the top of my head right now, I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. Thank you, Gunbob. Thank you, Mr. X. Evil, Fall on the Hill, Peach, Pergio, Richard, the other Richard, Spacey. Who else is on? I think that's everyone. If I've marked, but if I haven't said everyone's names, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. It's been a nice night tonight because I missed last weekend. So it's nice to come on and and just have a nice bit of fun, you know. President, and those who live alone, don't forget to close all your windows and lock your doors. Yes. Yeah. I'll be on tomorrow night. I'll be on early and late. All right. Take care, everyone. Good night, Mr. X. Happy birthday, mate. Maybe see you tomorrow night or tomorrow morning for you. Pete said, I think the revolver in New Mad Max was a Lamont revolver, black powder. Mark, good night, Mark. Cheers for coming on, mate. I got the Demon Tri-Strike out. Thank you, everyone. Good night. I'll see you all tomorrow, right? I'll be on later tomorrow, but I may be getting home from the pub and, be a bit drunk, right? Thank you. Take care. See you later. I'm going to have a fucking lovely lay-in tomorrow. Might not get up till about 11 o'clock. Who knows? See you later. Thank you for watching. Yeah. I don't know, Peach. I don't know. It might come back to me eventually. Anyway, good night. Thank you for watching. Hope you all have a lovely weekend. See you later.